weeks later, and it's all set to go, and then that jacks up the immunity, usually within days to a week. In puppies and kittens, you have a problem because the mother produces antibodies that are in her milk. So whatever the mother is protected against, whether it be through natural immunity or through vaccination, her mammary glands concentrate those antibodies in the first milk. So when the puppy suckled during that first 12 to 24 hours, those antibodies go into the intestinal tract and a lot of them starts to respond. However, when parvovirus came on board, we were using that program, and a lot of dogs that were getting vaccinated still came down with parvo. We realized that the maternal antibodies in the puppy for parvo lasted a lot longer. So now we carry the vaccine program that longer. And ordinarily the virus is believed to get in there first, weaken things, and then the bacteria, Bordetella, takes advantage of it, and then gets on board. So kennel cough, when we I'll be okay with the young ones because I know we're going to be given, you know, at least anywhere from, well, usually about 2 or 3 more at least.
Okay. And we have an awful lot of people that come in and say that the breeder told them, but they can't show us any proof because the breeder didn't give them any proof. And at that point, if responsible breeders, hopefully going to give you a little health record with a sticker and dates and weights and dewormers, and if they don't, then we just assume that they didn't and we start them over.
When you order those vaccines, I'm going to lay it out here, as a breeder, I vaccinate parvo and distemper before puppies go home. I have puppy parties every 3 weeks at my house. So I'm home when it's delivered, and it's delivered in an ice pack and what have you, so we're really careful. But when you order the vaccines that way, they don't come the same way that they do to the vet. They don't come with the peel-off stickers like they do with rabies, etc. So the only record is what the breeder would write down.
Right.
So if you don't get, like you say, the breeder has to.
So if I get dog spit on me and my dog comes and licks me, is the virus? What's the lifespan? You know, like some diseases die immediately without a hug.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
and rabies virus I don't think lasts that long outside the body, which is why it's usually like a bite wound or a corneal transplant.
And
Something
the
like
sources here, guys, bats, mostly, I don't know.
Yeah, bats, skunks, coyotes, wildlife. Yeah. Bats are a biggie.
Are you seeing a lot of cases of rabies?
Special lab, you can send it to it.
Wow.
And they do a titer for the rabies to show that the vaccine has fully affected that pet. And from the start of the process, it's about 6 months. And then you ship them over there. They got to go through sometimes a special port of entry or whatever. And they check them there for the microchip, make sure it's all the paperwork's in order. They might only spend a day or two if everything was done properly stateside at home.
Now, who monitors that the dog or the puppy or whatever, whoever, is being quarantined at home?
Well, if it's been vaccinated, yeah. If it's been vaccinated and
So
properly licensed and all.
do they make surprise visits to make sure that the dog is...
No, they usually just check back in 10 days, make sure the dog looks healthy and everything, every tissue and hemolyzed blood and stuff like that, and a little bit of neurotoxin. And there's probably a dozen other ones in there. But then you can take a Mojave rattlesnake, and they're known for their neurotoxin, and not so much the tissue-destroying things. So if you have a Mojave bite a dog, for example, they may not become nearly as swollen, the bite wound may not look that bad, but they might have trouble breathing several hours later because it's getting to the nervous system.
You still want to take the dog somewhere, but that'll buy you some time. That's my